welcome you all once again. Today we are going to study science of class 6, chapter number 14. This is our second session of which chapter? Of the chapter water. In our last session we have already discussed about how does water comes, what are the different sources of water, why it is necessary, even how much water is utilized by us. Today we are going as per our NCERT book of science through its contents only. So very first content of your book is how much water do we use? Now this question is there. How much water do we use? For what purposes? Very first the question is, for what purposes do we use the water? So the purpose for using the water is drinking, bathing, watering the plant, even this thing, sweeping, mopping, etc. Secondly, what are others mama used to do? Cooking inside the kitchen. Sometimes she cleans the vegetables. Okay, father uses the water. How? For cleaning his car by the help of water. There are many other ways too. So for those purposes we used to have water. Now if we talk about its uses, so let's compare. If we talk about village, so the consumption of village per day, per family, per person, it's almost 12 liter per day in a village. But if we talk about the city, in city per day the water can be utilized by a particular family from 20 liter to 2000 liter per day. We have even discussed in our last session that for growing cabbage, how much water is required? It is about 2.5 liter. No, sorry. 2.5 liter was required for drinking purpose. But when we talk about the planting of cabbage, for plantation of cabbage or for growing of cabbage, it is almost 25 liters are required. Then for wheat, it is 1500 liter. And then for wheat growing, it is 4500 liter of water is required. Okay, so this is the thing for what, and this is the criteria for how much water is required by us, whether it's a city or a village. Okay, let's see. Next, what do we have? Where do we get water from? What are the different sources of water? So the main sources of water is rain. Rainwater gauge or the rainwater collection changes into river, thereafter pond, well, streams, etc. So rainwater is the main source of water, and the other sources are like we have discussed pond, stream, well, etc. Sometimes bandwal even. If you go to agricultural land, they have a hoj. In Hindi we say it hoj. In English we can say it as bandwals. So what do we do? This thing farmer does. They used to just collect the water inside that specific bandwals, and there the water is collected for the purpose of agriculture. We can say it as harvesting of water too. As it is said, wherever you get the water, just grab it. Okay, do you understand? As you like chocolate, if you find chocolate somewhere, you immediately try to grab it. The water is that much essential that wherever you see the water, just grab it. I hope this is also clear to you. Now, water cycle, it is an important part of this lesson. Even this you have studied last year too in your 5th standard. What exactly the water cycle is. Now we are going to study it again for its better understanding. Just see, towards my left, it is a water cycle, a chart of water cycle. I have made this just to make you understand better. You too, if you have to understand, you too have have to draw this diagram in your notebook. Just try to see and understand how come rain falls down. The process begins with the help of sun. As the sun is bright during the day, if there is no sun beta, it is hidden inside the cloud, so it will be difficult. Okay, so if the sun is bright due to its sun rays, the water, which type of water is this? It is a river water. Look, from the stream, these are the mountains I have made. From here through the streams, the water has been gathered over here. It can be a ocean water or a river water, any type of water from the water bodies. So due to the sun rays, as they are very hot, so water gets evaporated. The water changes into evaporation as it goes up. Okay, so now water is evaporating. Thereafter what is happening? It is going upside, not only from the river, even from the plants. We have studied about transpiration, that unused water also goes up in the form of water vapor. It means both this evaporation as well as transpiration. By these two methods, water goes up, and as it reaches too high, the water vapor changes into liquid form and makes a condensation. All small dots like this. See, these are the droplets of water. Okay, they just go up in the sky and try to unite. Okay, as this unification takes place, it forms a structure like this. Okay, all the drop combines and it condenses and it gives a form of cloud. Clear? Once the cloud are formed, now cloud is made up by the drop of water only. Now what will happen? It will again come down in the form of rain. This is called precipitation. I hope you would have understood all this cycle. Very first, because of sun rays, the water goes up in the form of evaporation from water bodies and from plants through transpiration. As it reaches high, it condenses, and after condenses, it comes down again through the process of precipitation. I think this is now clear to you. Next, what do we have? Next is back to the ocean. Now what happens? Suppose the rain is coming, okay, and we doesn't have any measure, or we haven't taken any step to conserve it. So what will going to happen? That rain will ultimately go and mixes up in the ocean only if we haven't conserved it. Why it goes and mixes up in ocean or seas? Because on the earth there is maximum ocean. We have less drinkable water or a sweet water. So it is compulsory to conserve it. In what ways? There are many ways of conserving. We have next, okay? So if we are not going to save, it will ultimately going to mix it with ocean. Fine? Suppose, what is our duty? What we can do? Suppose we are constructing a house or a building. So always have a seepage, or make a system in your home, like from the terrace of your house, you just make some passage from where rainwater can be collected at your ground level. Nowadays even people are aware and they are making too. And those water, the rainwater, if you collect once, can be used for drinking purpose or even for every purpose, whatever used at your home. You don't have to even need a water to take from tanks or from taps, etc. Once you have collected the rainwater, there will be no problem at all, and it can be done by yourself how? Just make, when you make a building or a house, have a passage through which water can be collected. We can say this in other words, water harvesting. Done. Next, what do we have? What if it rains heavily? Yes. As due to the global warming, as there is a global warming, there has been a hole in our ozone layer. So due to the global warming, what is happening? When rain is required, it doesn't come. And when it is not needed, it comes. So there is an imbalance in the rain. In both the condition, we have to suffer. So as when the speed of rain increases, when rain comes in very speedy or in heavy form, so what happens? There is a condition of flood. Have you ever heard about flood? Flood is one of the natural calamities. What exactly happens in flood? In flood, the flow of water increases. It is too much high that it takes everything with itself. Suppose car is there, even house is there, buildings are there. It demolishes and collects everything with itself. You would have heard about even tsunami. In tsunami, what happens? With the heavy air, the rain comes and it evaporates everything. Evaporates. As water gets evaporated, in that manner only everything move away. And once the flood is over, there is only hazard. Hazard means broken home. The animal die inside the water, and there is disease and only diseases. People become homeless. No one has even the food to eat. The condition is very weird. So this thing, heavily rain, you have understood, nothing left. Even if we talk about the crops, they also get destroyed. So there is lackness of everything. But this can be controlled by us only, by the human activity only. If we grow more and more tree, everything will be settled down. How? As the rain will come on time only, there will be no crisis, there will be no misjudgment by anyone. So it is very necessary to take preservation, to conserve everything, to have a prosperous and a happy life. Next, what do we have? What happens if it does not rain for a long period? Look, if it rains heavily, it is take a form of tsunami or flood. But if it does not rain at all for a long time, so there will be the condition of drought. Again, people will become homeless. Why? Because they have no work to do there. They cannot earn for their family. It means they have to move out. In the same way, they cannot do any agricultural practices because the land is not fit to grow the crop. From where they will going to harvest? From where they will going to water the plants? So that condition is specifically called the drought. And in drought, our survival is again impossible, as we cannot live without the water. None of the activity can be performed. So this is also a crucial state. Without the water, we cannot even imagine our life. When it increases, then also there is a problem. When it decreases or there is no water, then also it's a problem, or rather a huge problem. And it is all these things, all the natural calamities like this is created by the human activities only, as we increase the pollution. Pollution are also the reason of this thing, decreasing the rain. As pollution increases, there are no trees to take away the CO2 from them. So where it will move, it will be there in the surrounding, and it will stop the rain. It won't allow. Carbon dioxide is not good for us. Only trees can take it. As trees cannot take, so what will going to happen to this CO2? Even we have to intake, and it's not at all a good thing. Ready? So next, as per our book, next we have what happens. We have discussed, it does not have the field. How can we conserve water? What are the measures? So how can we conserve the water? We can conserve the water by storing it. There are different methods of storing the water. Very first, you can make a seepage system inside your home only. When you construct a building or a house, just leave some place from where the water can directly go underground. Even in the same way, well water can also be saved, or it can also be stored. If we increase the water table, the level of water table, okay? Inside, how come we know where the water is beneath the ground? There is a place named aquifer beneath the soil, beneath the earth. So at that level, it states that water, the level of water we can conclude from there. So we can even increase its level by making a proper seepage. Fine. Next, we can make bund walls in the farming area. Over there, it can be used for harvesting purpose or for agriculture purposes. Even there are the people around us, they just conserve the rainwater in big gallons. We can fix the water inside the gallons or keep it there. And always remember that rainwater never get contaminated. It's a pure form of water. None of the water can be as pure as the rainwater. So there are many other ways also. How can we conserve the water? These are the ways I have discussed. This can be done by individual people like us. There are the steps which have been taken by the government too. Government has made the dams and canals. State like Gujarat, they are also suffering from this thing, scarcity of water. But the people of Gujarat mainly believe in doing agriculture. So for agriculture purpose, we need water. So there is a canal facility which is provided by the government, and government has taken an good effort during these days, as they are providing water to the farmers on a particular interval of time. Now nobody is rushing towards the city, as water facility is provided by the government. But it doesn't mean that we don't have to do any initiative. It is our responsibility to take care of water. That water should be conserved. If they are giving us, so we should misuse it. Misuse in what way? Suppose water is taken by us through canal, as government is providing to us. So we will just on the tap and let the water goes away. No. We have to conserve it and try to store it. As from canal the water come to your wadi place or to your farm. Over there just make 2 to 3 bund walls or cemented this thing, hodge you should make to conserve or to store water, so that at the time of emergency you can also utilize that water. Even there are the dams which is also constructed by the government itself. Over there also the government conserve the water. Why does it do? Government conserve water for the farmer, especially for the farmer. Though they used to provide the water facility to city, village, wherever it is required, but mainly it is done for the farming land. Why? Because if 80% people still do farming in the country like India. So maximum water has to be conserved for farming only. So that dam has been constructed even for our purpose only, to save our crop, to save our livelihood only. You would have heard the place called Uttarakhand. There is a place named Tihri. That is the biggest dam ever. Okay, it is too much big dam and water is restored over there. It is a sweet water. Even it is provided for drinking purposes too. So like this, even I as an individual as well as the government, we both can work together to conserve water for its different uses, for its different purposes. Next, what do we have? Next we have water harvesting. As we have discussed that wherever you get the water, just catch it where it falls, grab it where it falls. So this can be known as water harvesting. We can even do by saving, by conserving it. Why? Because water is very much essential for our life. We can survive without the food, but we cannot survive without the water. It is very much essential. Let's have a look to your book also. It is given, just go through your book. You should always remember, when you are going through the videos, you must carry the subject which we are discussing. It is very easy to understand the concept. There is much more concept, but what is important? What is there in your book, that you have to understand well. Instead, what will come next or what has gone back in previous classes. So always be present with the present status. And NCERT says just go through the textbooks. Never see the question answers. Once your textbook point is clear, you will be able to answer whatever has been asked to you. Why? Because NCERT books cover all the points in its lesson, what is necessary for you. Let's see. Now, two technique of water harvesting. I hope you would have understood what do you mean by water harvesting. Let's recall. Collecting of water for its better use is known as water harvesting. Fine. Now let's see. What are the two techniques we can do? And it's even given in your book beta. You can see rooftop rainwater harvesting. I discussed. On the top of the home, in the terrace area, you can connect it with a pipe. Okay, through that pipe, water can come down and it can be collected in this way. It can be used in during emergency. It's like a dam only. Dam is no doubt it's very big, but in your home also you can make dummy like dams. Fine. Let's see. Rooftop rainwater harvesting. In this system, the rainwater is collected from the rooftop to the storage tank. There is a tank through the pipe, just we discussed. This water may contain soil from the roof and need to be filtering before it used. As it comes from the terrace area, from the roof area, so that water becomes dirty even though it need to filter. Filter we can do by putting it on a stove or a gas. Boil it for 15 to 20 minutes. What will the contaminated means? The dirt will evaporate in the form of water vapor. What will be behind? A good, rather a pure drinking water will remain. So the pipes go directly into the pit of the ground. This was the first thing. What could be the second option? For the second option, you can go with, to allow the water to go directly into the ground. As I asked you, when you construct a home or when the construction of road is going on, always have a seepage on both the side. Okay, on the road side there must be an seepage or drain that collect the rainwater. If we do such things, if we are awakened, we are ready to accept, or we have a resolution, no, water is life. Always think that water is life, or if you need a life, you have to conserve water. Beta, it is very essential. I think this is the most important chapter in whole of your syllabus. As water is life. Okay, our body is made up of water only. So if you don't have water, you don't have the senses. You don't have senses, then how can you walk? So conserve and think, even discuss. If you see someone misusing the water, throwing the water, uses the pipe of water for cleaning the cars, etc., such type of activity in which water get wasted, so kindly discuss, kindly have a word, no, please kindly don't do that, because it's a drinkable water. This water should be conserved. Or if you want to clean a car, or you have to take your kettles for bathing, so kindly bath them outside the pond area. Don't use this thing, pipes, for cleaning the vehicle. Instead of that, take a bucket and a mug to clean the car. For kettle, again you can have a bucket and a mug, wash them outside the pond area. These are the certain things, certain measures we should take, and we should save our environment. Otherwise, it's very difficult. I have discussed about these situations. Have you ever thought of about if you don't have the rain for long period of time, and if there is a flood? Not only these two things, earthquake also occur just due to that. As there is a trembling, even many more hurricane. Have you ever heard about hurricane? It's a hazard. There was a tsunami. What happened in? I don't want to merge both the things. Let us discuss first about tsunami. Tsunami took place in Kerala. The level of water waves increases to 10 to 15 feet above the ground. I don't have words to explain how hazardous it was. People become homeless without, and we can control everything. We are the youth of today. Even you just do your behalf. What do you have to do as a student of classes? You can do what? When you brush your teeth, take a mug. In a mug, you just collect the water, and just instead of opening the tap, you can use a mug of water. When you go for a bath, let your bucket fill with the water. Again, instead of using the tap. And if you find any leakage of tap, whether it's a school or a garden area or your house, just quickly do something. I know you cannot repair it, as you are not plumber or something like that, but you are a youth, so what can you do? You should inform your parents or the people who you can find in your surrounding elder than you. Inform, look, there is a leakage in tap or inside your house in a pipe somewhere. So by this also we can save the water. On the initial state, if we start thinking of it, if we start thinking that water is our friend, water is our brother, sister, mother, think it as mother. Why? Because in our culture like India, if we talk about River Ganga is known as the holy river. Even we pray to River Ganga, we think that Ganga is our Mata. It's our Ma, it's our mother. So just away and explore in your surrounding that forested